Now on Nightside, OBGYNs in Idaho are leaving the state. How this is affecting women's health care access.
Rain is on the way for the first half of the weekend. I'll help you plan around the wet weather in the first alert forecast.
And why a proposed housing development in Pasadena Park has neighbors concerned about the traffic impact and water access. You're watching 4 News Now, Nightside. And thanks for staying up with us tonight. I'm Kirsten O'Connor. In the past 3 years, Idaho has lost 43% of its OBGYNs, and some doctors are blaming the state's strict abortion laws. A study by the American Medical Association shows 43% of the state's OBGYNs have left. 42% moved to states with less restrictive abortion laws. This shortage forces many women to drive hours for basic prenatal care.
Problems can be more serious by the time they get to us, and so outcomes can be worse.
Doctors say the shortage creates dangerous delays in care for expectant mothers. Patients now face longer drives, extended wait times for test results, and overworked physicians. Doctors say recruiting new OBGYNs remains difficult. The crisis will continue until more doctors return to Idaho. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker joining us now. We do have some wet weather to start our weekend, Chris.
Yes, needed wet weather. The timing isn't the best right on the beginning of one of our last summer weekends, but so very welcome otherwise. On our satellite and radar, you can see the clouds are already in place, and we're starting to see that light rain on this side of the Cascades through the Okanagan Valley and Highlands, down through the Waterville Plateau and into the Tri-Cities area. Dry right now in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, but we will not be dry for long. Our forecast radar, a sprinkle or two possible here at just after midnight, but the main band of precipitation is going to hold off until tomorrow morning. Here's 8 o'clock tomorrow morning with rain in progress all the way from the Canadian border in far western Montana down through the Tri-Cities and right through Spokane. Then it moves into the central panhandle. Of course, the Coeur d'Alene area will keep that rain going through at least the early afternoon before we begin drying out late afternoon and into the evening. Just a few straggling showers by 7 o'clock tomorrow. And there is also a slight chance for some isolated thunderstorm activity. Meanwhile, rainfall totals, these are beneficial rains that we are going to be getting. Look at Omak, almost a ½ inch of rain. That's one of the spots where we have the potential for some heavier precipitation. Sandpoint over 1/4 of an inch, almost 1/4 of an inch in Spokane, and zooming in around the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area, 1/4 of an inch in Spirit Lake, Deer Park, 9 Mile, 2/10 of an inch in Meade, and 22/100 down in Spangle. Best chance for rain is going to be in the morning. Possibility of some isolated thunderstorms in the late morning and early afternoon. We're heading up to a high of 76. 84 is our average high. We will be drying out as we get into the late afternoon and early evening, and that is the trend. I'll have the second half of your weekend forecast coming up in just a few minutes, Kirsten.
Thank you, Chris. And even though the weather was cooler today, as we just heard with Chris, there are still wildfires burning around the inland Northwest. And just as a reminder, level 3 evacuations mean go now. Level 2, get set, and level 1, get ready. So the Sunset Fire is burning south of Sagal on the bank of Lake Pend Oreille. As of last update at 6 p.m., all evacuation orders remain the same. However, the fire did grow in size. It's now estimated at 2,700 acres or about 4.2 square miles with 0% containment. Burning near the border of Lincoln and Spokane County is the Crescent Road fire. This morning, all evacuation orders were downgraded for this fire. And according to the Department of Natural Resources, the fire is estimated at 893 acres or 1.4 square miles. As we learn more updates for all of the fires burning in our region, including updated evacuation orders, you can find all of them on our website at kxly.com.
The Seattle Seahawks swoop into week 2 of their preseason, ready for their starters to flex their muscles a little bit after a tie against the Raiders, and it safely found that boost, sure helping early on.
He's got space. Jake Bobo into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks.
That's one of 2 Jake Bobo scores tonight for Seattle. Sam Darnold leading a perfect opening drive score through Zach Charbonnet, and Bobo finishes off that second scoring try. Kansas City, though, applying right back. Robert Tonyan and TD thrown by former Coug Gardner Minshew. But Seattle will not stop on any side of the ball. Here comes the defense flying in on the safety. And the next drive coming right up is Drew Lock, connecting with Bobo for the second score. Seattle wins this one convincingly, 33-16, behind a pretty lopsided performance, more than doubling KC's total yards, more than tripling their first downs. The Hawks now head on the road for their preseason finale against the Green Bay Packers. And that Packers game coming up this upcoming Saturday, that's the 3rd Seattle preseason game, all on a different day. We're going to be back in Main Sports for a look at how our baseball teams did, the Mariners and the Indians, coming your way soon. Kirsten, back to you.
All right, Jack, thank you. Neighbors in Pasadena Park have concerns a proposed housing development could impact their water rights. This was all brought up in a 3.5-hour-long meeting with the Irrigation Board last night. This plot of land used to be owned by the Inland Empire Paper Company, and in June, the property was transferred to the Kohl's Company Real Estate Group. According to their Vice President of Development and Acquisition, these would be single-family homes to address the growing need for places to live in the area. But recent inquiries for water lines are worrying neighbors who may have plans to develop their properties further. These are larger plots of land, around an acre each.
It would bring a whole lot of traffic, a whole lot of construction to our area, and it would obviously impact the serene nature of our bordering property.
As a member of the neighborhood council, Brown went to that meeting last night with the Irrigation Board and representatives from the Kohl's Real Estate Group. She said the meeting was standing room only. It was decided that neighbors would get to vote to annex this property for water rights. This vote will likely take place sometime in September. An organization helping thousands of foster children across the state has lost millions in state funding, leaving teens across eastern Washington without a support system. Treehouse for Kids has helped youth in foster care for almost 4 decades. But this year, it's facing one of its biggest struggles yet: a cut in all state funding for the Graduation Success Program, forcing its Spokane office to cut half its staff.
Hardest part is our children suffer, our foster youth suffer from abandonment issues, and knowing that we have to say goodbye.
While Spokane County will continue to have services, the organization says Graduation Success Program for all other eastern Washington counties has been cut. Treehouse has also had to pause accepting new referrals for teens while it works to rebuild its capacity. In Alaska today, President Trump and Russian President Putin met to discuss a ceasefire in the Russia-Ukraine war. ABC's Christiane Cordero is in Alaska with the story.
Tonight, President Trump and Russian President Putin shaking hands and smiling before the cameras following a highly anticipated meeting between the two countries.
We really made some great progress today. I've always had a fantastic relationship with President Putin, with Vladimir. We had many tough meetings, good meetings.
I expect that today's agreements will be the starting point, not only for the solution of the Ukrainian issue, but also will help us bring back business-like and pragmatic relations between Russia and the U.S.
But it's not clear what the two sides agreed to. Today's talks happened behind closed doors at Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson in Anchorage, Alaska. As the two met on the tarmac, a B-2 bomber and 4 F-35 fighter jets flew overhead, a symbol of American military might. And then with the backdrop of pursuing peace, the U.S. delegation led by President Trump, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, and the Joint Chiefs of Staff sitting across their Russian counterparts. One key person not in attendance, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Trump said he'd call and tell him about the meeting. In recent weeks, Russia has escalated its attacks. July was the deadliest month for Ukrainian civilians since May 2022. Zelensky is now calling today's strikes a sign Putin is not prepared to end the war. Zelensky wants a ceasefire and security guarantees that would protect Ukraine from further Russian aggression. At the end of the meeting, Vladimir Putin suggested the next meeting would be in Moscow. President Trump replying he'll get a little heat, but could see it happen. Today's joint press conference was, in a word, vague. Trump and European leaders have been adamant about the need for a ceasefire agreement, and today, with Trump and Putin standing side by side, no ceasefire was announced. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Anchorage, Alaska.
Well, still to come, Costco decides against selling abortion pills at its pharmacies. The reaction from Washington State Senator Patty Murray.
We have had some beautiful sunsets this week. This spectacular photo from Philip Garrett. He captured this image on Sasheen Lake. I think Philip is a new contributor to the Pick of the Night. Always welcome new photos. Chris with a K, at KXOI.com is my email address. I'll be right back.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
4 News Now is brought to you by Wonders of the World.
Back to school doesn't have to be chaotic. I'm Robin Nance. From better sleep to smarter breakfast, I'll show you expert-backed tips to create a stress-free routine and kick off the school year right. Monday, only on Good Morning Northwest.
I'm writing a list of the best reasons to call the advocates.
You get a team dedicated for your case.
Right.
We'll fight hard to get you the very best result.
Also good.
Well, let's see your list.
I think I captured it.
Great list.
Are you looking for a cool new tricked-out truck? Something lifted and loaded, perfect for the Inland Northwest? Then you need to head on out to Cal Cars Superstores, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene's Truck Kings.
We always have the best selection of trucks in the 509 and the 208.
Half-ton to three-quarter ton, to dualies and diesels. Nobody has a better selection at a better price than Cal. Like your deal, love your wheels. This week at Cal.
The hot summer specials are on now. This week at Findlay Downtown Honda.
This is your chance to get one of the best vehicles made for less.
And if you're looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle, our lot is packed full of great choices. And we are pricing them all to sell fast.
And right now, we're giving $1,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value for your trade-ins.
Making it the perfect time to visit Findlay Honda Spokane today.
The advocates have advice for people injured in a car crash.
Yeah, call us first.
Hurt by a semi-truck?
Call us first.
Injured motorcyclist?
Call us first.
We'll work hard for you. And one more thing.
What?
Call us first.
Injured? You deserve an advocate.
Goodbye, everybody. I'm out of here.
Kimmel's out.
Hey, if you need me on set, I'm available.
And your favorite guest hosts are in.
This is a big deal.
All summer long.
So let's party.
Jimmy Kimmel Live with summer guest hosts. Weeknights on ABC.
4 News Now is brought to you by Inland Imaging.
Welcome back. A public memorial service has been scheduled for fallen Spokane County Sheriff's Office Sergeant Kenneth Salas. The memorial will be held on Wednesday, August 20th, beginning at 1 p.m. at the Spokane Convention Center. Everyone is invited to attend. However, the Sheriff's Office warns public seating will be limited. Sergeant Salas passed away on August 9th after being struck by a motorcycle while helping remove hay bales that had fallen off a truck on eastbound I-90 near 4 Lakes. He had served in law enforcement in Spokane County for 34 years and was scheduled to retire at the end of September. Very sad story.
Yes.
We are going to be moving into the weekend with some much needed rain.
I know, it's quite a treat.
Yeah.
Even with the few sprinkles today, it seemed so unusual, and now there's more on the way. Skies are already cloudy in both Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. That's keeping our temperatures from dropping very rapidly. It's 72 in Spokane, 73 degrees in Coeur d'Alene. That rain is not far behind. 4 things to know about your weather. Rain developing overnight. Showers Saturday, mainly the first part of the day, and there's the possibility of thunderstorms. Something to keep in mind if you're heading out on the golf course or on the lake or up into the mountains. 4 News Now First Alert Weather app, you can track those thunderstorms, make sure they're not headed to where you are. And then we're heading into a nice Sunday. Blue skies, sunshine, and temperatures back up closer to average, not quite up to average. Our Saturday chance of rain, best chance is going to be in the early morning through about 9 a.m. And then things get much more showery as we get into the late morning, early afternoon before finally drying out altogether and then staying dry right on through, as I mentioned, on the day on Sunday. We do desperately need this rain. Things are so dry. We only had 0.13 of an inch of rain at the airport in Spokane, their official reporting site. In June, our average is over an inch. Now, July is our driest month. We only average 0.42, but we only got 0.07 of an inch in July. Finally, we get to August. So far, we've had 1/100th of an inch. Today's sprinkles didn't even measure. And then our average high is almost 1/2 inch. We start to get into a little bit wetter weather by average in September, but the wet season is a ways away. Now, our high temperatures today, we made it all the way up to 78 degrees. Didn't seem like that without the sunshine, and those sprinkles certainly made it feel cool. Quite a bit cooler in Sandpoint and Bonners Ferry. Meanwhile, it was 81 in Pullman and 90 degrees today in Lewiston. Tomorrow, most locations through North Idaho and extreme eastern Washington will be in the 70s. You'll be getting the sunshine earlier in the day for the Columbia Basin, Waterville Plateau, Okanagan areas, so temperatures will be up in the 80s. Right around the Spokane area, upper 70s in 9 Mile, Meade, downtown Spokane, 72 in Spirit Lake, 75 in Cheney, and 75 degrees in Spangle tomorrow. Warmer on Sunday, but this white line is our average high. We'll be back around average Monday and then staying just above through the rest of the 7-day forecast, possibly getting another 90-degree day on Friday. In the meantime, enjoy a rainy start to your weekend. It's not going to be around long. We're dry through the rest of the 7-day forecast. Watching for the possibility of a few sprinkles and a mountain shower on Monday. Check back with Jason Valentine over the weekend for an update on that forecast. Kirsten.
All right. Thank you, Chris. Well, a Spokane man has been sentenced to 20 years in jail after being found guilty of firearm and drug trafficking charges. An investigation into 40-year-old Charles McLean by the Quad Cities Drug Task Force found McLean supplying drug dealers in the Clarkston area with fentanyl pills, powder, and methamphetamine. Law enforcement searched McLean's Spokane apartment and found numerous narcotics and drug paraphernalia. Agents also found a gun and $18,000. A woman in Bellingham is facing vehicular assault and DUI charges for a crash that happened last night in Okanagan County. According to Washington State Patrol, 22-year-old Shaylin Jojala was driving west on Highway 20, that's north of Twist, when she crossed the center line and hit an eastbound vehicle head-on. Both drivers were hurt and taken to the hospital. WSP says Jojala was not wearing a seatbelt and is suspected of being under the influence. Costco announced it will not seek FDA certification to sell abortion pills at its pharmacies. They say this decision was made based on low demand from members. This follows a letter-writing campaign from conservative groups and company investors that wanted to limit access to mifepristone, which is the drug used as a first step for a medical abortion. The FDA approved the drug in 2000. According to this decision, or following it rather, Senator Patty Murray released this statement, reading in part, quote, "Mifepristone is safe and effective. We cannot live in a world where the availability of women's health care whipsaws back and forth based on the whims of extremists who want to deny women access to basic health care. I am demanding that Costco immediately reverse course, follow the science and the facts, not the demands of far-right anti-abortion extremists." Still ahead here on Nightside, the price of veggies is rising. Experts break down why. That's next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
From the creators of bacon, Applewood smoked ham. Ham and Swiss melts. 2 for $7. Arby's, we have the meat.
For over 25 years, Dr. Arvind Chaudhry and Summit Cancer Centers has remained true to 3 core values. 25 years of coming together to develop the most complete and personalized treatment plans available. 25 years of providing the most advanced treatments and non-invasive radiosurgery in the country. 25 years of taking you on a healing journey from diagnosis to recovery.
And we are not stopping there. We will continue to offer the most comprehensive cancer treatment in the Northwest.
Summit Cancer Centers, integrated, innovative, inspired.
This river wasn't dammed in a day, and GMC trucks weren't built overnight. Like every American achievement, they are a result of dedication. Over 100 years dedicated to the art of engineering and the ambition to always move this country forward. Get 5.9% APR on GMC Sierra heavy-duty models. That's over $4,000 in average finance savings.
The 2025 Ford Bronco is everywhere, and for good reason. It's built for anything, loaded with capability, and will go anywhere you take it. Snow, mud, dirt, whatever the road throws at you. This goat gives you seven different terrain modes to handle it all. And the Bronco just won an award for Best in Class for initial quality. When buying your next SUV, think Wendell Ford. We would be honored to show you the new Bronco. Wendell Ford, drive for generations.
The Meats family has finally gained a member. Meet Applewood Smoked Ham. Smoked is their middle name. 2 for $7, ham and Swiss melts. Arby's, we have the meat.
More Americans choose ABC News, America's #1 news source.
Welcome back to Nightside. Vegetables, a staple in our diet, are soon going to cost more at the grocery store. For a look at why, here's ABC's Allison Cossack.
Attention shoppers, be on the lookout for veggieflation. New figures show the wholesale price of vegetables, the price supermarkets pay before the veggies make it to the produce aisle, skyrocketed in recent weeks, rising by nearly 39% between June and July. That's the biggest jump since March 2022, and the biggest jump ever recorded during a summer month.
Yeah, tariffs are playing a huge impact, especially on the supply chain. But when you think about vegetables and other things that we see in grocery stores, it's not just coming from the U.S. When things are coming from other countries, the suppliers, the products involved, it's all having an impact.
The price spike in veggies was revealed in a monthly report called the Producer Price Index, or PPI, which tracks prices that businesses pay for products. It's different from the inflation report issued earlier this week that looked only at prices on products already in stores.
PPI is more of a forward indicator because that's really what businesses are actually paying. It takes time for the actual consumer to see it. So PPI being more of a canary in the coal mine.
Big retailers like Walmart and Target have indicated they'll try to absorb some of the costs associated with tariffs. But with price increases on new inventory, analysts say it's only a matter of time before consumers feel the pinch, not just in the produce aisle.
It was a matter of time till consumers are going to essentially pay the tariff, pay the tax. And now it's something from vegetables to other things that we see in grocery stores and even what we've seen in electronics. It's now going to start to come to the consumer.
Allison Cossack, ABC News, New York.
Now for our top trending stories through the 4 News Now story tracker. 3, the Idaho Department of Corrections is investigating a video that's been circulating on social media that appears to show Brian Kohberger in his jail cell. IDOC says it cannot confirm the veracity of the photo. 2, a new Korean street food restaurant opened in downtown Spokane. Gangnam Style is open Tuesday for dinner and Wednesday through Saturday for lunch and dinner. And number 1, Spokane Valley completed its 4th round of improvements at the 16th and Bowdish roundabout yesterday. But people in the area say dangerous driving conditions continue. You can find all these stories and more at KXLY.com. And there's still enough time in summer to get out in search of a new adventure. North Idaho is full of beautiful lakes, rivers, and creeks. In tonight's Air 4 Adventure, we take you to Copper Falls.
The
scenic beauty of Boundary County can easily be seen from Highway 95 as it snakes its way toward the Canadian border. The Moyet River joins in your journey. But for a little adventure, turn east onto Copper Falls Road. A few miles later, you'll find yourself at the trailhead for the Copper Falls Trail. This is one waterfall you might want to go chasing. The towering pines and cedar offer cool shade for the short hike. The payoff? A towering 160-foot waterfall, the cascade of Copper Creek, plunging down past the viewpoint. To feel the power of the water, take the trail down to the base. The falls are a great adventure any time of year. In winter, be prepared for a snowy trek and a frozen waterfall.
So fun to see from way up above like that.
Yeah.
Well, one Spokane teenager already lives out his professional athletic dreams.
Rocky Wells, a rising Meade High School senior, makes his debut for the Spokane Velocity. To get to know the midfielder a little bit better after our chat with him on the pitch this week, that's coming right up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Beat the heat. Always water before 10 a.m. or after 6 p.m.
The storm is coming. I can feel it.
Monday.
2 women will not be receiving a rose.
That's a lot of people leaving.
The game's afoot.
There's $500,000 on the line.
We're here to win now. And everyone's stepping on toes.
I am concocting the secret alliance kind of diabolically.
You make people feel comfortable, and then you slit their throat.
Jesse, is it okay if I just interrupt for a minute?
New Bachelor in Paradise, Monday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
After a car wreck, the longer you wait, the harder it can be to get what you deserve.
After my recent accident, I called Craig Swap and Associates. They treated me fairly every step of the way.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
With heat like this, air conditioning's a necessity. Bill's Heating and AC can get you the relief you want with the urgency you need. We offer free same-day estimates and next-day installation. Plus, all our new equipment comes with a low price guarantee. So call Bill's Heating and AC today and take advantage of our 0% for 5 years promotional financing.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on our next job. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. Our thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now Extreme Team.
The Spokane Velocity had their youngest ever player take the pitch this month, Rocky Wells, a teenage Meade Rising senior, already good to go for professional sports. And we spent some time with this young midfielder this week about how he feels to represent his hometown on the pitch. A special moment for him. At just 17 years old, the Spokane Velocity debuted their youngest ever player, one that felt ready for the moment.
I mean, obviously it's a dream come true to make my professional debut. Just super thankful for the staff for believing in me and giving me the opportunity. Same with my teammates. So yeah, super cool experience. I loved it, yeah.
The rising Meade High School senior, Rocky, was Spokane's first ever homegrown academy signing, spending the last year pushing to earn his role with the senior group.
See him come in year 2 and really earn the spot. So he did that. He came in, he was fantastic. His attitude, his effort every day was excellent. You can see his ability on the ball. So yeah, it got to the point where it was a no-brainer for us. He'd earned it, so we rewarded him for it.
It's been a super cool experience. I'm really blessed to have an amazing team like this in my hometown. Yeah, so just super grateful for the team. It's been an amazing experience. So yeah, I'm loving it so far.
Coach Lee Viedman has been there every step of Rocky's path, lauding his repping of the team's core philosophy.
There's 2 boxes we want checked at all times, whether it's a player, whether it's a staff member, front office, is competence and character. They're the 2 non-negotiables, and character being the main one.
I mean, I just say we're a big family environment. We kind of like lead by example. So that's just something I've tried to take into the season.
Rockies teammate Neil Vigneault on the back line sees that growth too as the velocity inches closer to the end of their second ever season.
He has a lot of potential in the future to definitely be an established player in the pro ranks, whatever that will take him, but super happy for him, and I think he just needs to keep enjoying, which is the most important thing, and keep improving every day.
Spokane now heads east to Portland, Maine this weekend, still defending their top of the table place.
We know what we need to do. We need to keep our focus short-sighted and focus on what's next in front of us, go game by game, and then by the end of the year, we'll get what we deserve.
Lots of fun talking with them today, and it was all smiles for the 12th man tonight. The Seattle Seahawks cruised past the Kansas City Chiefs in a 33-16 preseason win. I know Derek had a lot of fun watching this live in person. It was set up by an impressive opening touchdown by starting quarterback Sam Darnold. Jake Bobo catching 2 touchdown passes. That's on top of an offense rushing pretty dang well, 268 ground yards. Former Wazoo QB Gardner Minshew had the start tonight for the Chiefs, passing 7 for 9, 70 yards, and the score. Seattle wraps up their preseason next Sunday at the Green Bay Packers. Seattle Mariners batting booming in Queens tonight. Cal Raleigh hammering 46th home run to move into second most catcher home runs in a single season. The M's put 11 runs on the New York Mets' heads. Seattle scores 5 in the 7th. 5 different players all earned RBIs in that frame alone. The Mariners sit 1 game back from first in the AL West. They try to push that division lead. Tomorrow's game 2 just past 1 o'clock. And that big sound is Ethan Hedges' first career pro hit. The Spokane Indians also a great night at the ballpark. They beat the Vancouver Canadiens 6-4 to overcome their winless series streak. But not only Hedges, another 2025 Rockies draft pick, and Max Bailey had a great night with 2 hits, 2 runs, and a home run on top. He had me lost on that one. Indians return for Game 5 with more fireworks tomorrow night just past 6:30. And our Hannah Joy threw out the first pitch for the Indians tonight. Pretty cool that a lot of us have been throwing those first pitches out. It's been pretty cool all season.
It's so fun to see anyone that you know out there give it their best. But yeah, fireworks night. I got to see some of those fireworks on my way back in. We'll be right back after the break.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com. At 4 News Now, we're part of this community, sharing your stories, listening to your voice, and delivering the news that matters most to you. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
Thank you.
I got this.
Thanks. I'm Alex.
I'm Jade.
Well done, Viv. You got the presents, the balloons, and the Raptor cake. Now how about something to put a smile on your face? Aspen Dental provides complete affordable care with dentists and labs in one place. Plus free exams and x-rays for new patients without insurance. And 25% off treatment plans for everyone. Quality care at a price worth celebrating. It's one more way Aspen Dental is in your corner.
Looking for a cool new tricked-out truck? Perfect for the Inland Northwest? Then you need to visit Cal Cars, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene's Truck Kings. From half to 3/4 ton to dualies and diesels. Like your deal, love your wheels. This week at Cal.
It's that time of year again. Time to donate to Coats for Kids. Kootenai Health is a proud sponsor of the first Coats for Kids opening day at the North Idaho Fair. Bring a new or gently used coat to the fair on August 21st and receive free admission, compliments of Kootenai Health. Help kids in need this winter and make sure they have a warm coat to go outside when the weather turns cold. Coats for Kids, keeping kids warm for almost 40 years.
Thanks to Kootenai Health, leading the way in advanced health care for our region.
If you're looking for a great deal on quality pre-owned vehicles with a great selection to choose from, then you need to come down to Findlay Honda, Spokane.
And right now, we're giving $1,000 over Kelly Blue Book fair market value for your trade-in.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Rain tomorrow morning. It will be tapering off, though. By Saturday evening, you should be just fine heading into wherever fun location you may be spending your evening. I'm thinking of so many spots, and with the high of 76, not too cool. 80 on Sunday.
I think it might be nice to be out for dinner tomorrow night.
That is on my dance card.
Okay.
Yes.
Not too bad. It's a good call.
Thanks for joining us. Have a good one.